Okay, y'all, I'm back. So I was going through the posts, you know, when people want to post something in the group, and someone asked, how many credit cards is too many credit cards? Now, when it comes down to credit cards, and remember, this is me personally, I don't think there's a such thing as too many credit cards. Too many credit cards is when you can't manage those credit cards. Now, a lot of people say, well, you're not going to have a high credit score. They say you should have about 3 to 5 credit cards, this, blah, blah, blah. Don't forget, I see a lot of people credit reports. I see people with collections with an 800 credit score. So, you know, that's impossible, right? A lot of people hear that's impossible. I personally had plenty credit cards with a high credit score. So I always tell people, if you're going to get credit cards, just make sure that you're managing them correctly. That's the biggest thing. Just manage them correctly. So I don't think there's a such thing as too many credit cards. I think too many credit cards come into play when you can't manage them, because now it's like, okay, you owe a bill here, you owe a bill there, and then you just can't manage them anymore. So I think that's when it's too many credit cards. So don't worry about, oh my gosh, I got too many credit cards. Some people got 20 credit cards, 30 credit cards, 50 credit cards. It just depends on if you're able to actually manage them. So that's when people ask how many credit cards, too many credit cards, that's all it really is. It's not such thing as too many credit cards. You got too many credit cards when you can't manage them. That's it. You got to learn how to manage your credit cards. If you can manage your credit cards, you don't have too many credit cards. So keep that in mind. Now, some people say, well, I can't get a basic credit card. Rickita, where can I get a credit card? And I always tell people the basic credit card you can get is Victoria's Secrets. I don't care if you're a man or a woman. You might want to, if you're a man, you might want to get the card to get you a woman. But get you a Victoria's Secret credit card. They give everyone a credit card. So that's, I want to say everyone, because some people get denied. But a lot of people get the Victoria's Secret credit card, even if they have messed up credit. So you have Victoria's Secrets, Capital One. Capital One is like the first credit card I ever got. So, yeah. Well, actually, it was the second credit card. I got a credit card when I was in high school from the bank, Educators, credit union. It was a credit union. I got a $200 credit card with them, and I didn't know anything about credit. All I knew was, wow, you're going to give me $200 and just have to keep paying you back? Okay, cool, I got you. I can do that. I can do that. But the credit union was my first credit card, but Capital One was my second credit card. Now, Capital One is really simple. And remember, I always tell people, too, they're not going to most likely tell you, hey, send us proof of income, send us this, send us that, send us this. Now, back before, I used to tell people, I'm not telling people to do this anymore, but before I used to tell people, you know, you always supposed to say you make $200,000 minimum. And you're supposed to say you make $15,000 a month minimum, because they never verify it. But I can't tell people to do that anymore. Just in case you see one of my past videos, I can't tell you to do that anymore, because I think it's like ethics or something like that. I'm not sure. Where did that fall into? Because I guess they say you're not supposed to lie on a credit card application either. But then the point that some people say that they're employed and they're not. I haven't seen anybody go to jail for anything like that, but that's kind of lying too. But a lot of people, I used to tell them to do that, but remember, they don't go and say, okay, show us your income, show us this, show us that. Now, if you go and try to get those big credit cards and your credit don't vouch for it yet, in terms of you're trying to go to like Discover, you may want to get a Chase card or something like that, then that's when they're going to say, you know what, show us proof of income. But with Credit One, Capital One, they're not going to say anything like that. Hey, Mindy, you know they're not going to say, hey, send us the proof. But Credit One is the same way. But Credit One, they have a monthly fee. I believe it's like $79 or something like that. They have a monthly fee, and they just throw the credit cards at people. I'm telling you, get some of those negative items removed, and then they're going to start just throwing credit cards at you. But the thing is, when you get these credit cards, remember, you want to keep the balance low. So remember, we got Victoria's Secret so far. Apply for that one. We have Capital One, Credit One, Indigo. I'm pretty sure you may have gotten a letter in the mail saying, hey, you're pre-approved for a credit card. Please go online and fill this, give us this authorization code, and then we'll send you out your credit card. Yay, yay, yay. Yeah, that's Indigo. And go ahead and apply for that. Go ahead and apply for it, especially if you don't have any credit. A lot of people say, I don't want credit cards. It's going to mess up my credit. And it's like, how do you know what's going to mess up your credit if you got bad credit? You don't know what to do to keep it good. So how are you going to say what's going to mess it up? You need credit. Credit is, can you take my money and pay it back? And if you don't pay your money back, you you're not paying me. That's all credit is. That's why you have the collection company report to someone that tells everyone, no, don't give them any money. Don't give them any money because, look, they didn't even pay me back. Look, it's a medical bill. Look how much they owe me. This is the medical bill. Look at our credit card. They maxed out my credit card. This is the balance. So, yeah, you need the credit cards. Oh, your first 3 was the Credit One, Capital One, Victoria's Secrets. Yeah, those are easy to get. And I keep telling people, you can just keep getting them. You can rack up on a lot of credit cards. My first credit cards were, remember, I had the educator, so that was my first. I think I was like 17. I don't think I was 18 at that time. But I guess they was like, oh, she work at a bank. She got this. I did not know. They did not teach you that at the bank, too. So don't go assuming people know about credit at the bank, because they don't. They don't at all. They just look at the credit application and say, okay, it's approved or it's denied. We can't tell you why. Go online and get your credit report and learn about it. But my first credit cards were the one from the credit union, and then I also got the Capital One. I actually got 2 Capital One. Now, if you haven't followed me before, I jump left, right, up, down. I jump from one conversation to the next. But let's go deeper into this. Capital One will allow you to have 4 credit cards, right? So I had the Platinum and I had a Quicksilver, and then I had 2 business credit cards also. So that's kind of me skipping. But you can have 4 credit cards with Capital One. You just cannot have the same ones. You can't get 2 Platinums and 2 Quicksilvers. You got to get a Platinum, Quicksilver, and then you got to get 2 other accounts. But I think it's only 2 personal ones and then 2 business ones. That's just my personal experience. I haven't seen anyone with multiple, as in 3 or 4 Capital One personal or 3 or 4 business ones. Even though you may be able to get more business accounts, but I know on the personal end they only allow you to have 2. But I had the credit union credit card, and I had 2 Capital Ones, and then I got a Menards. Menards is with Capital One. That was an easier one to get. And when I started off with Capital One, they started off, I think I started off with like a 300 or 500, and I think in like 3 months I just kept shooting me up, like giving me a higher credit limit. I'm sorry, I'm trying to navigate driving and still make this video. So what you have to do is just keep asking for an increase, whether you think you can get one or not. Ask for an increase, ask for an increase, ask for an increase, and then they will most likely give it to you, especially if you've been doing good by them. They'll give it to you. But try the Capital One, try Victoria's Secrets, try Indigo, any Community Bank credit cards too. Any Community Bank ones. And then most likely you'll get a Credit One and then also Capital One. So I'll talk to everyone later. I finally got here where I need to be, so I'll talk to everyone.